Hey people, Intro here, February 3, SDL Province, Blue Team. We have a couple of Apothecaries. First up is KamikazeGandhi, and here is Peter Brabeck-Letmathe, also known as Overtly Generous. These guys are support heroes fighting in melee combat by default. They begin with heals and a passive health regeneration aura. Alongside them, In2inferno and a Lord General fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue. Really strong defense and support can add members to this retinue as well. On the red team, Vlirazer is a Farseer support hero fighting in melee combat, some powerful buffs and control abilities. This is the Overtly DLC scheme. Alongside, Stalker and a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects with an offense, disruption and support from the front line, and the Freebooters DLC. Rounding off the teams then, Palaz and a Brother Captain, a durable hero walking through objects, cannot be suppressed, with powerful offense and support fighting in melee with triple Stormtroopers. Stalker with double Sluggers and some Shooter Boys. We've got a Sentinel. We have some Howling Banshees taking a bunch of damage early on for Vlirazer, but they're in on the Tactical Marines. Those power melee weapons will slice them up good, but they were quite low when they got in, and Tactical Marines are no complete slouch in melee. Lots of special attacks though, look at that. They did survive the engagement. Apothecary's off the field. The scouts are being chased around. They get the shotguns in play. I imagine that's why Kamikaze is trying to keep them here. But this is dangerous. With double Guardians, they will pew them down quite effectively. They're going to wipe. Scouts are gone, and they had shotguns. And attack is gone too. A rough first engagement for KamikazeGandhi. Overtly scouts are sneaking around trying to get on the VP, but this is also dangerous. They might have to retreat through doubled Sluggers here. Overtly's not paying attention. Now he's trying to escape. Now he retreats, and they're going to wipe. Those guys didn't have shotguns though, so it's not quite as painful. But they still need to be replaced, I think. There's the replacement scouts for Kamikaze. Needs those shotguns. Also perhaps needs purification rights against those Banshees with Farseer support. Massive support potential on this red team here for potential melee squads throughout the game. Already got double Sluggers up. Here's some power bashing from Overtly, leaving the northeast power completely clear. He's rotated all the way across, gets the node down. Overtly has this very kind of mobile style in tier 1, where he usually completely foregoes tier 2, goes to tier 3 and gets Terminators rolling, which can create lots of imbalances on the map, as you see here. Palaz is responding by following him over to the west side. Sluggers get away. Only dropped a couple of models. Tack's backing off. They did drop a model. Apothecary here does have purification rights for Overtly, and he does replace those scouts. We've got a heavy weapon squad here for In2inferno. Blue team continue to push on this power. Not sure what Kamikaze is doing here. Maybe waiting for these guys to get a shotgun and then have a look. These guys are infiltrated and he can't see them. And he's blundering into a trap. That is pretty rough. He needs to get out. Banshee's in his face. They didn't have the war shout, but they will soon. And there's Kinetic Pulse. And there's the war shout. And shotguns are not in play yet. Tactical Marines dropping models, but they dropped a model. Trying to get back to the safety of the heavy bolter, I think. And there's some full auto to try and cover the scouts from the customized Storm Bolter. Bit of suppression on the Banshees from the heavy bolter, but now the heavy bolter is shooting at this stuff. The scouts are still in a bit of peril. There's a shotgun blast. Banshees are persuaded to leave. Actually handled it pretty well there, Kamikaze, I think. Aside from just full-on retreating out immediately, he did a kind of measured retreat there. Did drop a Tactical Marine, did drop a Scout. In the end, wasn't able to stay in play. But if he was, that would have been a really good, like, battling retreat there. A fighting retreat. Operatives on the field for Palaz. Down to 2 models already. Sneaky fellows that can chuck smoke. Can also chuck incendiary bombs with their upgrade, which I don't have yet. What is Overtly up to? Going for a power bash with his flame attacks. Hasn't even bothered to reinforce them, I think. There's Pain Boy here. Oh, Stalker dropped some Sluggers somewhere. In the big fighting around here, I guess. Not sure where those Sluggers are. See us. Oh, look at this. Big pile of Sluggers. I'm not sure what happened to them. Power bashing triple Stormtroopers with their sergeants. Gives them these pretty useful impact grenades. Here's the power bash attempt from Overtly. He needs to heal his attacks and run. Apothecary will try to lead things around and distract it. And now he's off as well. Customized Stormbolter and Purification Rites. Catagen Devil is on the field for In2inferno. The Sentinel's gone down too. Somewhere. I'm good at noticing things, you guys. 497 to 425 on the VPs. 2 to 1 for red. Shooter Boy's on the way for Night Stalker. We'll focus that Pain Boy support on those single sluggers, I guess, and they do have their burners. Power bashing a node. This is no gen. Not sure what these sluggers are up to. Do they suspect? Oh, they suspect these scouts are sneaking around there, I think. Not that they can spot them. They don't have detection, those guys. Banshees get shotgun blasted and flamed by a bunch of guardsmen with flamers here. Shotguns, of course, coming from... Oh, it came from the Catagens, maybe, actually, not the shotgun scouts. Catagen shotguns can also knock you down and suppress you. They want a full power bash here. Double cap for the blue team. There's tier 2 for In2inferno. Red team now being pushed away from the northeast. Triple stormtroopers and operatives alongside the brother captain should be able to deal with this pretty easily. But Overtly's off, trying to stay mobile again. Now he's getting caught in a fight, and it's not a fight he can win. Just too much firepower, and that brother captain can tie up attacks anyway. He's still having a go. He's really having a go. He's trying to get into melee and use Purification Rites to get a knockback and maybe a kill or two on those guys. Didn't pan out. The attacks run. He's still trying to kill a model with the Apothecary. Did he use the heal? He must have used it. There's no energy. Maybe it was used earlier though. Meanwhile, Scout's dropping a couple of models. Oh, a single model on the VP. Didn't get a decap either. And we have a boss pole for the Warboss. Allied infantry, even non-orcs, are impressed with this boss pole. Get some more hit points and suppression resistance. Power bashing in the northeast again. Node down. They're going to get at least one gen down as well. These operatives are cutting it close, and they don't have their fallback plan, so they can't retreat and then break it. They are off the field. Brother Captain gets the wreck point, kicking off towards the mid. Use the choppers on the sluggers. Got suppressed by shotguns, but they're in on the scouts now. Use your choppers, giving increased damage and melee skill. Warboss global buff there, melee damage specifically. Oh, did the heavy weapon squad die there? Assault squad jumping in from Kamikaze, counter jumping those Howling Banshees there. I think they were already in retreat though. Rangers, what are you guys targeting? The Tactical Marines, that was a spiritual rights heal there from the Spirit Stones. Rangers run, Guardians run. These guys can't jump after them again to get a model either. They've run out of energy. Farseer needs to leave, puts Guide on herself. That knockback was maybe fatal. Can they finish her off? Down to 21 hit points, 14, 8, 6. Can't quite get the finish. Assault squad maybe could have jumped. Not sure though. Might have been too late that they got the energy in. Warp Spider squad on the way for Vlirazer. Vindicare Assassin on the field for Palaz. Am I saying that right? Is it meant to be like Vindicare or something? Someone pointed out that I do not say Eversaw correctly. That is Eversaw or something. From some Latin word. We'll try and get used to that. Another heavy weapon squad here for In2inferno. Heavy bolter on the Warboss, but the Slugger's able to get in. And they will mop them up so quickly, and there's a special attack. It's what makes melee squads so dangerous against ranged squads. Not their sheer damage all the time, it's the fact that they can knock them down and punish a retreat. So if they're on the ground and retreat, they'll take a whole bunch more damage as they're on the floor. Pain Boy comes in, a bit too late to help the Sluggers out, but he does have a heal over time that Orks benefit from. Get into melee with his damage over time knife. Good special there. It's a very quick special attack. It's like a ballerina spinning around. Howling Banshees with their Exarch, who gets a fancy spear thanks to the aspect of strength. Red team taking the west side. Look at those Warp Spiders. Here they are. All that ranged piercing DPS, and of course they can teleport around. With the aspect, the Exarch on his own, doing over 20 piercing DPS, and almost 40 power melee. It's a really good squad leader, that guy. 430 to 355. Well, if you have this, he is. Not sure what his numbers are like without this. Warboss level 2. He's got his big old power claw. Still level 1 Farseer with the rune armor now with Psychic Storm. Level 1 Brother Captain with the Mantle of Terror for some battle rights and some other nice bonuses. Really nice piece of war gear there. Kamikaze's got Armor of the Apothecary up really quickly in tier 2. Psychic Storm, was that cancelled? Oh, it's no longer channeled, that's right. A nice buff for that. Assault Squad just got healed. I heard the Banshees war shout. Where are they? Oh, they're dead. They're up there. They died up there. That's unfortunate for those guys. Full auto on the Farseer. She's going to go down, I think. Yep, down she goes. Good engagement for the blue team. Warp Spider's behind this perfect shield, energy shield here. Perfect cover energy shield, I should say. And then they run. Meanwhile... Oh, shotgun scouts from Overtly are stealing the power. Okay then. Vindicare Assassin is a single entity sniper. Really powerful burst damage from long range, as you would expect. And he can damage all targets by switching his ammo. Which is pretty handy. Operatives back up to 3 models. They can get a 4th who has a Melter Bomb, right? They don't have their fallback plan yet though. KamikazeGandhi with a Dreadnought on the way. There's tier 3 for In2inferno. Tier 3 also for Palaz. And he's got a good chunk of red. We may see Paladins pretty soon. Falcon on the way for Vlirazer. Is that Purification Rites? It is from KamikazeGandhi. Sprinting away there with the Armor of the Apothecary. Red team should retake the west side here. In fact, they're also taking the natural VP. Additions knock them off the cap. Overtly scouts on the other natural as well. Very dynamic game so far. Some tier 3s coming in. It's going to be Vlirazer and Night Stalker stuck in tier 2 for now. Oh, KamikazeGandhi's also in tier 2. Just got his Dreadnought up, which is a big investment. Starts off as a full-on melee unit for the Space Marines, but you can get ranged options for it. There's that Battle Rights heal going off. It's not a huge heal. 60 over 20 seconds, but it's a nice little bonus to the other good stuff you get on that armor. Warboss level 2. Found some... He's found an Apothecary to crack open, but he ran off. Kassakin on the way for In2inferno. No power up in the northeast for the blue team. And there's the Falcon. Support vehicle for Eldar. Good firepower. And you can reinforce off it. These guys jumping in. Oh, they don't have the Melter Bomb yet. But that's why they typically jump towards a Falcon. They're trying to get that Melter Bomb before the Falcon gets too far away. And they won't be able to jump again and throw it, I don't think. Oh, maybe. They're back up to 80 power already. Apothecary heals himself. Oh yeah, you also get blind grenades, which you barely ever see, or I barely ever notice if you do. Good way to shut down turrets. And back in the day, back in the early days of Elite Mod, the Tech Marine turret was a big deal in team games. They chucking a grenade? What are they doing? Oh, they're just shotgunning the... There he is. There's the grenade. Yeah, Tech Marine turret caused all sorts of problems in team games. Alongside the beacon, but it's been nerfed and rebalanced a bunch of times since then. Now it costs red to drop down, doesn't it, or something? Assault squad... Sorry, assault cannon on the Dreadnought here. Doesn't have his own assault squad. Just riding him around, that'd be fun. Come to Power Bash and only find a node. Eversaw looks like he's going for the VP, maybe? He's not that quick on his feet, is he, the Eversaw? Sorry, the Vindicare, or however you say it. Getting my assassins mixed up. Now Overtly's got some Terminators, and those Stormbolters will tear through these Stormtroopers, and they'll provide a big inspiration buff around them. Not that there's anything nearby to be buffed by them there. Lord General with his melter guns, and Flat Jacket on the way. And the Stormtroopers having a bit of a bad time. What happened to the Terminators? Oh, they found some sluggers. Can they kill one? There we go, they kill a couple. I think they're around 40 DPS, maybe 30 something. These Storm Bolters, they go for the Cyclone Missile Launcher. Sluggers take a whole bunch of damage. Oh, they're being ignored. This was a shift, yeah, an order given by Night Stalker for those guys to do after they finished tapping that. He's too busy ripping apart the Apothecary, then running away. And they get the Falcon down. Melter guns are on it. Put it down to around half. And here's the Flak Jacket with the incoming. Awesome ability. So it lasts a decent while, I think. Just a nice flat damage resistance aura with weapon knockback immunity. Very good. Terminators just blew up the node and then teleport back. Didn't bother capping it, I guess. Haywire grenade on the Dreadnought. Those tacks just got a heal. Assault Squad trying to jump in and nullify what those Warp Spiders can do, but now they're stuck fighting the Brother Captain. Farseer's in there too, doing a big heal with the Spiritual Rites. Helping out that Brother Captain. Paladins are now in. Unique to the Brother Captain with heavy melee Demon Hammers. They're going to go straight after that Dreadnought. Falcon's chasing it too. And that target you saw in it there is the target acquired from the Vindicare Assassin. Where is he? There he is. He wasn't using his Turbo Penetrate rounds though, I don't think. Maybe he was. He's in his Exodus anti-infantry rounds now though. Terminators. Cyclone Missile Launcher Barrage doing a bit of disruption. Overtly's off the field otherwise though. Kashyyykin in play. With grenade launchers switching to plasma guns, those guys can switch freely between their special weapons. Limited to one really powerful squad with good speed, capping, grenades, all sorts of gubbins. Tank Buster Barrage. Doesn't hit anything. Battle Rights heal before the Brother Captain leaves. He's level 3. Terminator's here getting caught a bit. Warboss could do some serious damage to them with his power core. And he has heavy armor now, so he's really tough. Overtly getting a plasma cannon on the field. Vlirazer is down to only 2 units right now. There's the remains of the Falcon, which will provide cover. Paladins haven't really been touched yet. Maybe get a bunch. Yeah, he's got plasmas on his guardsmen. He's got plasmas on the Kashyyykin. These guys with an assault kit, and he's got Melter Gun Lord General. He's got decent damage against them already, but they are power bashing. There's some Stone Guard veterans. They can use their vengeance rounds against the Paladins, maybe. And we got some Seer Council and a Nob Squad on the way. Good grief. Lots of potential heavy melee around. These guys using their hollow field to conceal this stuff. 335 to 229. It's a big concerted push by the red team, isn't it? Looks like they're backing off now, though. They have mid-map authority. All the midpoints are red. These guys trying to power bash with a missile launcher. More scouts on the way for KamikazeGandhi. Not sure what the thinking behind that is. They can't do much against the Paladins. I guess they could shotgun blast the Seer Council, but I don't think the blue team's seen these guys yet. They could also shotgun blast the Nob Squad, I guess. Or maybe he plans to get a vehicle up and wants some repair support already in play. Terminator's trying to decap. Firing those Storm Bolters. There's a Psychic Storm. Doing damage and suppressing, but they all dodged it, look. Seer Council are now in there. A squad of Warlocks that can all leap on you with power weapons, and they can get heavy melee weapons as well. Cyclone Missile Barrage. It's the Farseer. Seer Council wiping out the Apothecary. I think maybe he stood around too long chucking his purification vials, but I haven't seen do too much. Maybe they have, though. Double plasma cannons now for Overtly. There's one shot. Needs something to stand up against this very dangerous melee here, and they don't really have it right now. Needs some heavy bolters. Lots and lots of plasma. Nob Squad getting in there. Taking out 2 Devastators so quickly. There's the Holy Grounds. Such a huge area. Now that we can see the area clearly defined, because before the effect wasn't that clear, you see how big it is. On the Consecrated Scrolls, there's user choppers on the Nob Squad as well. Full-on rush into base, basically. And Paladins and Nobs and Seer Council with this kind of hero support is no joke. What exactly are they going to do? Here comes a baneblade. I do not have high hopes for the survival chances of that baneblade. Vlirazer getting a bit close to an Eldritch Storm and tons of potential heavy melee. We'll see though, maybe they can rally around it and support it. The Assault Squad can jump and disrupt. They got the Cyclone Missile launcher for disruption. They got a decent amount of firepower. Not sure if it's enough though. Do we have combat stims? We do have combat stims on Overtly. Gandhi's Apothecary's down, but should get revived. Yeah. Are they going to both get the XP? I think if you stay here... Yeah, they both got the XP for it. You start the revive, I think you get XP. Even if someone else is doing it. And that gets the Apothecary to level 5, gives them a better heal. Level 4 Apothecary for Kamikaze. They're going to need to really be careful and mindful about when and where they heal. Heal something inconsequential at the wrong time. You kind of wasted it. You have Gravity Blade for the Farseer, lifting those Terminators into the air. Trapper Cannon meanwhile getting some shots in there. Farseer goes down. As I said, good firepower, especially if this Lord General's around with Fight Harder to reduce weapon cooldowns. Not sure what these attacks are up to. I guess they want a power bash. And they outshoot the two operatives because there's only... Oh, there's the sergeants there, though. He could just go into melee with them and mess them up. And look at this push alongside the Land Raider Crusader with a boss pole and with Brother Captain battle rights going on. Not to mention we are the hammer, of course. Purification Vials is chucked in. Pain Boy alongside the Nob Squad, and now there's an Avatar to provide huge buffs to surrounding allies. Where is the Seer Council? They also buff stuff around them. It's a really nasty force to have to try and fight. Rocket Run. Wouldn't do too much, I don't think. It's just really hard to stand against this. These are the Taxir power bashing. We'll use that missile launcher against the Land Raider Crusader later. The Baneblade is in play though, and that's got a whole bunch of guns. Use your choppers on the Nob Squad, and they now have their heavy melee U-jammers. They could massively threaten that Baneblade. Baneblade needs to be moving back basically all the time, I think. Tankbuster Barrage. Baneblade dodges it. Shotgun blast on the Seer Council there. Avatar's found some Devastators. Stabs him through the torso. Baneblade is indeed moving back, which I think is the smart thing to do. Can they even get this Avatar out of here? Oh, some Vanguard veterans. Maybe they could try and fight him a bit with their power weapons. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Overtly Generous. And Stormtroopers for In2inferno. Yep, Vanguard veterans are here to fight this guy. Here's the Wrath of Cain. Not sure why the Apothecary's staying there. Oh, the Avatar's on him, maybe. Now they're trying to power bash while they're here. Baneblade is surviving, getting repaired as well. Vindicare with Turbo Penetrator rounds, helping the power bash. Avatar did take a lot of damage, but he's got some Nob Squad support here. Vanguard veterans get the jump. Purification Vials misses. But there's that levitation field again. Avatar thought about turning around and attacking. Is he going to do it? He's going in. Poor Vanguard veterans can't take on all that stuff. Even the Farseer is being buffed by the boss pole. 114 to 205, 2-1 for the red team. Farseer now getting Armor of Asuryan for the awesome time field. There's the full auto on the Warboss's face. He's not going to be happy. That was from Overtly. Not really noticed the advanced healing being used. I'm sure it has been. He's got about 130 energy now, this guy. Should maybe get improved medical equipment rather than the vials, which haven't done too much. But I'm sure he'd like to get other stuff on the field. He's got some Terminators on the field. There we go. Can't get claws, of course. Dark Creepers on the way. There's a second Nob Squad. That's terrifying. There's the time field into an Eldritch Storm, and the Baneblade is going to be done for, I think. There's a Tankbuster Barrage. There's paladins with holy grounds. This Nob squad does have the hammers as well, and user choppers. Yeah, it's done for. There's no way they can save it. Did well while it was up, but there's no way to get out of it. Eldritch hits you. With the other stuff on the field, you're done. Level 3 Vindicator Assassin. Another well-timed levitation. Does the Farseer survive though? She does not. And there's now the Land Raider Redeemer getting a good frag assault. It killed a Nob. Now the Vanguard getting a good spot. Couldn't quite finish them. Still had 2 models actually. But the Captain revives the Farseer. He's almost level 6. No war gear still. Thought maybe we'd see the warding staff for the Paladins, but we just don't see that all that often. There's Reaper's Grasp from the Dark Reapers, preventing those Terminators from teleporting and slowing them down. Now the Seer Council take up the melee role for the red team. Just when you get rid of Paladins and 2 Nob squads, you've got to deal with Seer Council. Land Raider doing a great job for the blue team, allows them to reinforce around it and retreat back to it, although looks like In2inferno has not marked it as a retreat point because he's retreating back to his base there. Meanwhile, what is this? Scouts getting crunched. Oh, and Tactical Marines getting crunched. I think it was the Tax that got that cat. But they are done. So much damage. There's the time kill. So much damage on these Dark Reapers. I think that Star Swarm launcher is like an AoE shot that the Exarch at the front has, that big shot there. Really, really nasty with Reaper's Grasp. Terminators. Oh, and it made it out somehow. 37 hit points. Wailing Doom. Decent hits. I mean, it's been a really valiant fight from the blue team, but they're so up against it with this composition that the red team have. Just don't have enough like anti-melee stuff. Lack of heavy bolters, although the heavy bolters won't stop the Paladins. They would help against the Nob squad and the Farseer, the Seer Council, I should say. But it's much easier said than done. But they could also get like tank buster barraged, or the Warp Spider Supers teleport in and tie them up, or the Vindicare can shoot them from range. Is that a full retinue? Oh yeah, full retinue on the Lord General. Down to 47 VPs. Not looking good for the blue team. But they're still fighting. More Terminators now for Overtly. Oh, those other guys were wiped. The Curse of Indrid strikes again. Vanguard veterans jumping in, just trying to get some disruption. But look at the damage as they try to get out. Really painful. Another Wailing Doom goes in. Terminator is trying to reinforce. 36 to 138. Something, somehow, is capping the west side at some scouts. But they're being Dark Creepered right now. Down they go. Paladins have lost like a third of the hit points, but they don't seem too bothered about it. Alongside 2 Nob squads and a Pain Boy there. And Raider survives for now. Warboss having a good old scrap. He's now got a trophy rack to debuff enemies rather than buff allies, and he's level 6. Kamikaze is down to Terminators. I think the blue team are done for sure. We tried. You sure did. It was a valiant effort, but once the Seer Council and the Nobs and the Paladins all came online around the same time, that was absolutely terrifying. It's such a difficult thing to deal with all at once. Orbital chucked in there by one of the Space Marine fellas. Or is it Palaz? No, it's the Space Marine fellas. Palaz has tons of red. Yep, they're going to get a triple cap and see this one out, it seems. Blue team fought to the end. GG indeed. There it is. Didn't actually get the triple double cap at the end there. Level 5 Apothecary for Kamikaze. Level 5 Lord General for In2inferno. Overtly level 5 Apothecary as well. Level 5 Farseer. Are they all level 5? Level 6 Warboss. There we go. He is down at the end. And the Brother Captain also level 6. Well, there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see ya next time.